Cheney is campaigning around the country, and he's campaigning for Joe Lieberman. What does he know that we don't know? What does he know about that next vote for a Supreme Court justice? Where's Joe going to be? What does he know about the next vote to start redeploying our troops, bringing them home so the Iraqis can stand up and take responsibility? What does Dick know that we don't know? Inquiring minds want to know. I'll be there fighting for you every day. When I travel around this state, and I have traveled around this state, yeah, I hear a lot about the war in Iraq and national security, but at the end of the day, it gets back home. It's about jobs, good-paying jobs. How come work doesn't pay anymore? How come we've lost 50% of our defense-related jobs? How come we're losing our manufacturing jobs? How come I'm still working 40 and 50 hours and now I can barely afford health insurance, if I got it at all? And I'm not saving up for my kids' education. You know, that's wrong in this country. This country has been built with working people. We're going to make sure that each and every person, work is going to pay. It's going to pay a good wage. It's going to include health care. And it's going to include better opportunity for all of our kids. Our best days are ahead of us. Say one last thing. It's to guarantee that everybody gets their fair share. The labor movement is more important than ever in this country, because that's who's there protecting you and fighting for you every step of the way. You look at the service sector, the retail sector, government, everybody is getting shortchanged, and it's important we be there to fight and stick together. And as your senator down in Washington, D.C., you'll have somebody who's on your side fighting for you every day.
I work with, I have a master's in social work. I'm a licensed social worker. I work in addiction services, also with veterans with PTSD, dual diagnosis, those that co-occur with mental health and addictions. Seeing an increase in need for veteran health care, especially with the trauma they're being exposed to, I see that as it's going to be a big deal for the veterans when they get back after the war, and they're coming back now, they're going to need those services. Symptomology increases with exposure to events that can trigger the symptoms of similar to the PTSD they experienced in their own war experiences. So the media, the experiences, watching the videos on TV, and the veterans.
You said you're in the bus before, you're voting for Ned, not against Joe. Why is that?
Right. Because he realizes the futility of the war and wants it stopped. And he's more open-minded towards negotiating and talking to Iraq's neighbors and setting up a timetable to bring people home. And veterans, I'd much rather hear about veterans building bridges or water treatment plants or hospitals, or they do those things too.
I like what Ned has had to say about an exit strategy, about setting it to a timetable, about really holding Iraqi people and government accountable for their own future. I'm also, as a veteran, this is a visceral thing for me to see these folks coming home stressed, certainly traumatized, wounded, and worst of all, that they've sacrificed their lives. Hopefully we can make this change along with Ned's help.